Jesus, the whiskey's going down pretty good.
Well, this is another behind-the-scenes treat for everybody because I do believe we are
sips.
live. Yeah, I think we're live now, and I did tell you I was starting the stream, so unfortunately
well,
it's taking
usually
forever to
you
load.
go into...
Well, yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I usually try to do the intro like once we're at the track, make it a little more... I don't know, it's just like the way I do it. But,
Yep.
So yeah, we're behind the scenes right now. Inside look. GP informing me of how delicious his beverage is. Mine's also very delicious, I'm not going to lie.
A little foggy. Cloudy, I mean.
Yes, sir. Alright, welcome everyone. We are live. It's Zenith Online Racing, round 9 of Tier 1. It's Season 7. We're in Brazil. I'm Arbiga, joined once again by big whiskey fan, GP Colin.
Hello.
And yeah, I think this is, well, what are we, 9 for 9 on the season so far together? I think we're pretty strong pairing.
Yeah. No, I look forward to this almost as much as I do race night. So I'm really enjoying this.
Absolutely. It's great to have you with me. I think chemistry's been there. I mean, we've known each other quite a while from the league, so chemistry's there, and it's a good 1-2 punch. And we're just shy of halfway through the season now. And did I miss a race maybe when I was sick? Or no, we weren't in Season 7 then, were we? So no, we've been going strong.
Yeah.
I think it's been you and I every race, so yeah. Congratulations. I think you found your secondary job in the league. This is my primary job. I'm retired.
Yeah.
Retired driver turned play-by-play commentator. A man who's not retired, however, QVR Packer, far from retired. Coming on strong again this season. Putting some pressure on Goofy Gibbon for that title race. He's starting to close the gap down a little bit, week by week, and he's going to be looking to have a strong night here in Brazil. Let's get on board the Packer for our first flying lap of the evening, navigating turns 1 and 2 nicely. Getting a lot of curb, but man, he is on full power very quickly. Looks super smooth, twisting the wheel through those turns, and 16.6 for Packer. Usually comes on strong at the beginning of the quality. Got a little bit of traffic up the road here. It might not be an issue. That car looks like it's fairway up. Short track here, so very easy to run into other cars, especially if they start slowing down, trying to find space and whatnot. Could be an issue as qualifying goes on. You see Packer is starting to close on this traffic ahead. A yellow flag in Sector 3. It appears Buzz is out of qualifying already. Who's that pulled off at the side of the track there?
I couldn't tell. But Packer's lap, he's looked solid throughout.
Oh yeah, looks like a really good lap. Look at that line. He's got a 1:07 flat. That's a pretty good time for what I recall. I think the 1:08s is... Nope, so that was No Mercy that was pulled off to the side there, and he's been disqualified.
Oh, man.
Seye is out. He's retired. Whoa, there's nearly another crash here.
Seye, 5 grid penalty.
Zamaglis hit him. Or Zamaglis maybe hit him after he crashed, perhaps?
Wow.
Very strange. What a weird start. But yeah, Adri in the 108s. Obviously, he had to avoid a car there on the final turn, so obviously not a great time for Adri. He's going to be looking to get another lap clean. RC coming across the line here. 108 flat for RC, just ahead of his teammate. Goofy Gibbon pushing here. He's gone purple in Sector 1, 16.7. I do recall that being about a tenth slower than Packer's time.
There comes Jennett. Not a very good lap for him.
He's on the medium tire, which is probably...
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Oh, big moment for Goofy. He's big tank slapper there. Oh, and he spun it.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a good save there to keep that keep that clean. But here comes Puff. We'll jump on board with him. He just went by Goofy, who spun. Little deep there, not quite hitting that apex. Little squirrely on the curb as well. But sweeping around in the final turn now and spits himself out down the main straight. And it's a 1:07.8. Not bad at all for Puff. Yeah, right up in the mix there. Just ahead of Scavney, who was really strong last week, getting that, what was he, P4?
Yeah, I believe so, yes.
Pretty good result.
Yes, he was.
I think he was in the podium places most of the night, too. So, really strong week for Scavney. You can see in the standings, he's right up there. He's just kind of trailing off those front runners, and Scavney doing a nice job. I think he came up halfway through last season. He came up, and this season he's actually put himself in the top 5 in the championship standings. So that's a pretty good, really good, consistent growth there from Scavney.
I think this is Jinnett's 3rd lap on these mediums.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be pushing. Adri, I believe, coming out on mediums. Looks like Packer is as well. Packer's still well ahead of anyone else.
Yeah, who's good? Rex is finally coming out.
A few guys in the pits and not a lot of guys on flyers and a few outlaps starting, yeah.
Yeah.
Here comes Jinnett, making his way through the final turn. Jinnett improves by 4/10, but doesn't improve his place. What do we got on flyers here? Rex, it looks like.
Yep, just started his hot lap.
Joshua up at the front here. Joshua 17-1, so that's about 5/10 off the front runner pace, which we saw Goofy and Packer 16-6, 16-7. Qualifying not really Joshua's strong suit though. He's generally hanging outside the points, and then he just runs an incredible race strategy and ends up hanging around the top 5. Usually does really well on the starts as well.
He rarely takes himself out of a race.
Yep.
This looks like a pretty good lap for Rex.
Yeah, I'm just on board with Joshua, and I'm going to jump to Rex right after.
Yeah, and turn, let's turn 12. He was a little deep, kind of where Puff went a little deep.
Joshua into 8th, not too bad.
And
Rex with a 106.9. That was a stellar lap from Rex.
And he probably feels he's left some time out there. Like I said, he went a little deep in turn 13. 12.
Packer on his medium run, he's slower so far. Maybe not pushing. Just looks a little tentative with the...
Yeah, he's on the mediums. Yeah, I don't know why he's... what the purpose of that would be, but...
He's well off, so... Not looking good for him. Let's check with Rockstar. Rockstar to Vanker in the Haas. He's lifted there. He doesn't want to put that time in. Interesting.
So your good buddy Pup Digital is about to start his hot lap. Crossing start finish line right now.
RC's up 2/10. That's going to put him ahead of Puff if he can maintain that gap. He's just about to cross the line here, and we'll get to Puff after. RC up ahead of Scavney as well, so nice, just by a few thousandths there, gets Scavney. Nice lap there from RC.
Oh, Puff invalidated.
Yeah, so
he was only 400ths up.
Checking with Mav. No, Maverick's not pushing either. Nobody on a push lap at the moment.
Scavney was on a hot lap, I believe. coming through turn 5, 6, 7.
He's run a bit wide there, but he kept it legal.
Boy, that was a great entry.
Yeah.
That is really a tight turn right on the edge.
Looks like he's harvesting the meter.
Yeah, he's 3 seconds off his pace. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So, sorry about that.
So I think most people are probably heading in the pits here. I feel like there's been a lot of laps.
Oh, there goes Josh. Josh went around turn 4. Yeah.
Doesn't make a lot of mistakes.
This season seems to have been just a little off for Josh. He's still as consistent, but he's usually, I expect to see him in the top 6, 7, 5. I guess the competition has gone up, competition level, because he's a little bit further down after every race. But again, like you said, his strong suit is not qualifying. It's race pace, and strategy.
Absolutely. Not really much to watch right now. So we got Adri on his out lap. He's about to start a flyer. We'll jump on board with Adri once he crosses the line. We'll keep an eye on the other out laps. We got Zimaglis and Bag of Bones on their out laps now as well. So Zem will be next on a flyer. And then Bag of Bones.
Very well done through turns 1, 2, and 3.
Needs a good time here. He wants to be ahead of RC. Look at the splits there from 4th to 9th. 2/10.
Yep, Adri's up 2/10.
So that would put Adri just to 108. So he needs another 10th or 2. Probably got more time in this later sector. Now, he did have a big moment in Sector 3, actually, trying to avoid a car, so he'll probably find about half a second there. So that would probably put him, I'm going to say up just ahead of Goofy, maybe just behind Fusions. Let's see where he ends up. At 2/10 still.
2/10.
So this was where he had the moment. I would think that would have cost him a fair bit of time down the straight. Cut that corner really tight.
He's very tight.
There he goes, 4th.
P4, yeah.
I called that.
Yeah, you did. Half a second. You got it.
Yeah. And wow, by 1,000th, he's ahead of Goofy. That's a nice lot. Look at the times here, guys. Like, Adri, 6:41.
Incredible.
Goofy, 6:42. Maverick, 6:49. Zem, 6:67. RC, 6:98. Scavney, 7:05. And then a little bit of a drop to Puff. And that is really close. And all those guys are within a few tenths of the front runners, too. So anything could happen here. Like, you know, Rex and Packer have a little contact. They could easily end up stuck behind some of these guys just behind them.
Even Puff in 10th position is only, we just dropped down a little bit, but he's 8/10, almost 9/10 behind the leader, in 11th now. So you got 11 drivers within a second of each other.
Yeah, and I mean, we know the DRS is can cause a bit of a train here if there's more than 2 cars together, so I would expect that we're going to see a lot of close racing tonight. Nice improvement for Puff. Slots himself right in that little mix there. I mean, it's even tighter now. Bones with a 7.6 is 11th.
Yeah.
That is just nuts.
Of a second.
That's incredible stuff.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That we could see some really great racing if things don't get too hectic and we don't have rain. So Rockstar is starting his hot lap here. Goes way wide, trying to carry speed. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh no, yeah, he's starting a lap. Okay.
Is he?
Ooh.
RC just starting one too.
And see that puff that went off up ahead? Yeah, Puff's in the grass. I don't know if he was trying to get out of somebody's way, but he's really baling hay.
Doing a little landscaping out there.
Yep.
Yeah, Rockstar needs a good improvement here.
Yeah, his lap, obviously his first time lap was not his best. Something had to happen. He's not that far behind these guys in pace. So, although he's only 400s up on his time.
Yeah, he's actually slightly down, which is not great for a 110. Seems to be struggling here tonight. Well, this looks... Wait, he must have had a moment, yeah. I was going to say, he must have had a moment in Sector 3 on his previous run, but, I mean, look at that, another time.
Yep.
Right in the mix here. And, like, I mean, that's a fairly good lap in this P12. Like, that's, you know... Like, a couple corners of improvement, and you could easily find yourself 4 or 5 spots up the field. Oh, a bit of a moment there with the... That's not good. There's Adri's in some other dimension here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. It's nuts. Anyways, we'll leave that alone for a minute.
Josh just started his hot lap. He's a second and a half behind the leader. Approaching the first sector time. He is up 2/10.
Joshua?
Yeah, he's going through turn 5,
2/10.
approaching turn 6.
He needs a fair chunk of time to actually improve at all, and it's only P12 if he does. But again, if he does improve P12, like, you know, another 10th or 2 on top of that puts you right up to 6th.
Right. I mean, 0.2 of a second in the first 16 seconds of a lap. That's not bad.
No. Let's see what he gets through Sector 2 here. So 3.5. Nice exit here. There's not a lot of time to find here. Yeah, Packer's laying it on here. It's a big improvement. Rex really the only person that can challenge him at this point. And Joshua does not improve. He improves, but he does not move any places.
Still only a second and a 10th, 2/10, and he's in 13th.
I believe Adri is...
Puff is getting ready to start his lap. I'm going to follow Puff for this lap.
Adri's down on his previous run. I don't think there's really anybody else to watch ahead of him. Maybe Fusions? Fusion's slightly up. That could give him a place. Samagos in 3rd, though. That's a really good showing for Zem so far. It says Adri's up 5/10. I'm not sure that's accurate. I've been seeing a few glitches with my timing. Well, if he's up 5/10, that's going to put him in P3.
So, great entrance.
Wasn't right.
Puff's lap is looking really, really good here. However, I mean, he was up by, I think it was 700ths.
Well, that's enough for four places at the moment.
Yeah.
So, if he can find... Well, it says he's down a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it really just needs a 10th here, and he can improve 4 spots, so... Everybody else has improved a few tenths, though, so he might need a little bit more than that. Looking good, though.
I don't know. Yeah, he moved up. Yeah, I don't know what happened. He was up a little bit, and everything that I saw, it looked like he was executing the entry and exits the way he wanted to. So I don't know how he lost time.
Adri's up 2/10. That's going to be enough to put him in P5, perhaps. Got a purple Sector 2. That could be a glitch, though. Yellow flag down the straight.
This is a good lap for him.
P7, it looked like. Just behind Bones, I think. And that's it for quality.
Boy, that flew by.
It did fly by.
Holy
Zem with
crap.
the grid penalty, though. We forgot about that. I think it was Seye that he collided with. I'm not sure whose fault that was or what
Yes.
happened there. I just kind of saw a broken car, and then Zem had a penalty too. He may have hit him after he'd like crashed out, you know, like Zem just kind of hit
Yeah.
him on the way through type thing. Or he was going slow and Zem plowed into him, maybe, perhaps. It doesn't apply penalties very well.
I can speak from personal experience. I did not like being a reserve driver and affecting somebody else's race.
Yeah.
And judging from what I've seen in the Discord, Zaye is not happy with himself, apologizing. Mistake, obviously, but at least he's owning up to it. So that's what I think everybody wants around here is if you make a mistake, at least own up to it. Don't dodge it.
I think T-Brum has joined. It's a good thing we didn't wait for him because it just took an eternity. But he is joined, so he'll be starting at the back for the race. I'll be back in a moment. I'm just going to refill my beverage. You want to run through standings, maybe?
Yeah, I can pull that up real quick, I think.
Yeah.
I usually have it printed off, but
print it out. I can get us the standings. I'll be back in a second.
The consummate professional, right? All right, let's see. And I don't know how... let's see. Packer was questioning the total tally here in points, so I don't know if there's something going on behind the scenes where maybe some points were miscounted or something. But anyhow, you got Goofy in first with 148 points. Packer in second at 113. Rex with 93. Alt Maverick with 92. Tight battle there. Wow. So Mavericks in fourth. Scavney with 68 in fifth. Josh with 47 in sixth. Fuzz 36. T-Money 34. Puff Digital 32. So that's 7th, 8th, and 9th. Very close. And 10th is Fusions with 22. Bushy Baboon with 21 and 11th. Jinnit, surprisingly, only 18 points to this point, and 12th. And Rockstar is tied with him with 18 points as well. RC 14, and Adri with 6. And then that rounds out the scoring. The rest of the drivers have yet to score a point. And constructors, you got Alpine with 205, Mercedes in second with 169, McLaren third with 115, Alfa Romeo in fourth with 93. That's pretty close between those two. You got Ferrari in fifth with 68, and then Haas with 56. Aston Martin with 52, so there's a pretty good battle right there between 5th, 6th, and 7th. Red Bull 22, Williams 20 in 9th, and AlphaTauri in 10th with 2. So there are some good battles in the constructors and, of course, in the drivers' championship. There are a lot of tight battles. So these guys are all going to be trying so hard because so much can happen in terms of position change.
You know,
standings, I guess.
Halfway through the season, almost. It's just kind of like, it's kind of go time, you know, if you haven't really gotten some good results together, like you really need to start putting it together if you want to have a representative finish in the standings by the end of the year.
Yeah, great point.
Yeah, this is now, like, I mean, obviously, you know, we always talk about a good start, you know, it's something Jinnit proved last year. You know, he got off to 3 or 4 wins in a row last year. And you just kind of rode that lead all year where, you know, if you've been struggling for results so far, this is kind of the time you want to maybe take a look at your driving style, take a look at the decisions you're making out there, and maybe make some mental adjustments just to try and... There's a lot of times, you know, like you're throwing away a race just on the knife edge, and if you just take that knife edge away, you might end up getting some pretty good results still, instead of ending up in a barrier. So,
right.
Something to consider. Yeah, formation lap goes quick here.
That's the biggest Jennett's position this season. That's the biggest surprise to me.
Yeah, he's been struggling.
Like, he jumped out so fast last season. Really surprising to see him where he is now. But there's still a little more than half a season to go, so
yeah,
he's got time.
Is it just me, or is there no T-Brim on the grid?
No, there is none. I only have
bizarre.
17 on the grid.
Same here. Interesting. What happened there? Maybe they broke it with the patch.
Sayeh's gone. Oh no, he's there. Oh, my bad.
Alright, well, we're about to go racing here for round 9 of Tier 1. We have 5 lights on. That happened quickly. There's a glitch there. And they're off. Rex, looks like he got a really good start. He's coming down the inside into turn 1. They're wheel to wheel. Who's going to take the lead out of turn 2? Packers got it. Good racing from those two there. Packers got it. Goofy Gibbon making moves at the back there. He's trying to get ahead of Scavney. A few cars wheel to wheel here. Side by side through the corner. Look at that. Haas and the Williams there. Bones and Adri wheel to wheel. We got a few cars abreast here. So we come up the hill. And Zamoglis, with that grid penalty, he's got himself into P8. So he's made up a spot there. Be happy with that, I think. And I'm sure he's pretty frustrated to put in such a good quality and then end up with a penalty. Probably wasn't even his fault either, more than likely. If you're on a hot lap and you plow into another car, you know, it's hard to really blame somebody there.
Great outlap for these guys. Great start to the race. No incidents in turn 1. That's a big plus.
Goofy Gibbon is laying the pressure on Bones here. He's trying to make his way through. Gibbon pulls out to the left. He's got an inside line on Bones here. Can he get it done under braking? No, he tucks in. No Mercy is retired from the session in the pit lane.
Yeah.
Interesting. Just something came up, perhaps. Pretty early to be quitting in the pits.
So Sayeh is giving Puff all he can handle right
big
now.
moment there for Bones. Nearly went sideways in front of Gibbon. Gibbon's going to be looking desperately to get through here. Does not need to get into a collision with a reserve driver.
Zamoglis went around.
Here comes Gibbon. He can't get through still. So Zem's gone around. That's frustration for Zem there. And having a good recovery from that penalty picked up in quali, and suddenly it's all come undone. Gibbon looking to the outside line here. Goes deep in the brakes. Bones switches back across, and he keeps the place for now. Gibbon struggling to find a way through at the moment. We're on lap 3. We got DRS now. See if that can give Gibbon the boost he needs. Down the inside. Under braking. Still can't do it. So Gibbon...
It goes bad.
I wouldn't... Go ahead.
I was going to say it goes from bad to worse to Zamoglis. You just got a 10-second penalty.
Oh, all right.
And then speeding into pit lane for another 5 seconds. I think that he's pretty frustrated right now.
It looks like he's called it a night.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Not something we like to see. You wait all week to get into the race.
Yeah, you know, I get the frustration, but it's also lap 3 for Christ's sakes. Like,
yeah,
give it some time. You know, like.
Yeah,
I would imagine the 10-second penalty came from cutting corners rather than a mistake or something that he just couldn't, you know.
Right, Rockstar went around, but yeah, my what I'm saying is I'm not really saying anything about the fact that he quit. I just, whatever happened, it frustrated him to the point that he decided to quit.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm assuming that, let's just say it was a legitimate reason to be frustrated. you wait all week to get into these races, and then sometimes something happens and it ruins it for you. At least you feel that way, and it's very discouraging.
Well, it's easy to feel that way in the moment, right? But in hindsight, if you just carried on for a lap or two and, kind of, sorry, I just get my head down and...
Just, the no-die mentality. You got to have it.
Yeah.
You got to have it.
I get the frustration. I get it. I'm not saying you shouldn't. If that's how you feel, then, by all means. But at least he's doing it the right way. He's gone into the pits and just didn't crash into the wall and ruin everybody else's night. Just did it on his own. And that's something we appreciate and we ask people to do, because it does happen. People just get frustrated and they don't want to be there anymore. But, it's just like, from an advice standpoint, hang in there for a few laps, and you don't know what's going to happen. You might be able to get rid of that penalty and then suddenly be racing everybody on the same strategy again. It's always worth it to stick things out.
Absolutely. I mean, one safety car and you're back into it. You might be at the tail end of the queue, but you're back into it.
Yeah. And I remember when I raced, I had multiple times where something had gone wrong, and a lot of times it wasn't my fault. I rarely ever made a mistake that was from my own doing. Like, it was, I get caught up in some mess and there was nothing I could have done about it. I just stuck in the middle of something, And there was times where I definitely didn't want to keep going. I wanted to stop. I didn't want to race anymore. And I just decided, you know what, I don't want to, especially like being someone who's been here from the start, started the league, you don't want to kind of, you just don't want to stop, and you kind of want to set an example of like, hey, like, this is what happens if you hang in there and keep your head down. Sometimes good things happen, and quite often I end up getting a point or two out of it, even though I figured, I can retire and I'm not getting a point anyway tonight, but sometimes you will.
Yeah, well, you know what, I mean, for me personally, it's, you get to race with a bunch of clean drivers and people that have become your friends the longer you're in here. And so you're almost guaranteed a really clean race for the most part. Stuff still happens, but nothing more frustrating than racing in a public lobby and not knowing whether you can try to pass this guy. Yeah. Because you might get taken out. So you don't get that in this league. Excuse me. And that's fantastic. That's why I enjoy this, because even if I did spin out whatever, I'm going to keep going around because I like the guys that I'm racing with, and it's a lot of fun. And I hope for a safety car if I've gone around.
Yeah, exactly. We got a good scrap going on here. It's Bones and Adri with Gibbon and the rest of the field putting some pressure on. And then we've also got a great scrap out front here for the top 4 spots. There's a lot of action here. We got Bones trying to defend the inside line, but it looks like Gibbon's got him this time. And they're trying to get by Adri as well, but Gibbon still can't get it done. And now he's under pressure from Scavney. Here comes Scavney down the inside. Scavney wheel to wheel here with Adri. Still side by side. Gibbon the odd man out here, looking at the back of both cars. There's still wheel to wheel. There's a bit of contact. Adri's gone around.
Yeah.
That is not a place to have cars side by side. Scavney is as clean as they come, so it's just bad luck there. But
that was just racing.
It's just a place you don't want to be. Wheel to wheel through there never usually goes well because it's such a high load corner. I find even on your own through that corner, it's very easy to lose the car if you kind of chuck it in the wrong angle, and with another car beside you, it's pretty hard not to do that. So unfortunate for Adri. So hopefully, maybe take this opportunity to get on the. Would you go hard here? Or would you just? You could keep going and put mediums on, I guess. I
stay away from the hards.
Even a two-stop, eh?
Yeah. The hards are just, they're not good. They're simply not good. If you've got significant pace over the rest of the guys, I can understand going for it. But if you don't really have the pace, then I'd prefer to try to milk my first tires and then go to the mediums,
Yeah.
Softs, medium.
Maybe just try to extend, but even another set of softs at the end or another set of mediums is a good. The only problem with pitting with this field the way it is, like, look how close this is amongst the whole field here.
Yeah.
If you do pit, you're going to have to get by other cars, and it's not easy to pass, as you can see here. And the DRS zones come pretty quickly, so you never really get a chance to pull away either.
So, after 8 laps, Scavney is only just shy of 6 seconds behind the leader.
Mm-hmm.
That's not...
Comes Bones.
That's unusual.
And Gibbon, both through on Scavney. Scavney couldn't do a damn thing about it. Rob blind by 2 punks.
He might get them back here.
He's going to, it looks like.
He's going to the inside.
Down the inside. Under braking. Looks like Gibbon's got a bit more grip here, and he does keep the place. So Scavney's going to have to wait his turn to strike back. Man, what a heck of a race we're having so far here.
Great stuff.
I mean, we're not even a third of the way through, and it's already been brilliant top to bottom.
I just love the way Scavney, he was pressing, I shouldn't say pressing, that might misrepresenting. He was obviously, he wanted the position back, yet he recognized that he had to back off. The moment wasn't there, it wasn't going to happen. He was getting into a corner, 5 and 6. It was, so he backed out, and he's lived to fight another day.
Here comes Gibbon now on Bones. Been stuck behind him the whole race, and it looks like he's finally found a way through. Can he maintain it? Scavney here is going to be looking to try and pick off Bones now, and say right on the tail of these guys. Started really far back. He's done a nice job closing up, and he's right in the mix now.
He was following Puff since the beginning of this, and I missed when he got by him, but yeah, he's on his way now.
Scavney right on the tail of Bones, pushing the Haas car up the hill.
It's incredible. We got 2 groups, 1 through 4, and then 5 through 8. And actually, you could probably say 9 through 12th as well. These cars grouped together, battling within a second of each other.
Riding on the left shoulder of Maverick as we enter the final turn, head down the main straight. Anybody here got an advantage with the DRS and the slipstream? Looks like Fusion's closing on Packer, but not going to be close enough to make a move here.
I think Bones has Goofy here. Coming down into turn 1.
Side by side. And Gibbon holds on. So Gibbon maybe...
Incredible.
Can he hang on down the next corner? That's what he needs to do if he wants to stay ahead. Wow, Bones just sails past.
Yeah.
Absolutely flying. Scavney taking a look at Gibbon. So Gibbon's gone back behind Bones now. This is really frustrating. Gibbon, he wants to be at the front chasing the top 3 there. Top 4, really.
Another great example. Goofy, he didn't do anything crazy to try to keep Bones from getting by him. He recognized that he was going to get overtaken and, live to fight another day, let Bones by, but now he's going to be looking at DRS coming down the front straight and looking to take that spot back.
Yeah, and Gibbon in a position right now, he's leading the championship. He sees Rex and Packer up at the front. He needs to make sure he stays in the race. He doesn't want to do anything desperate. Can't afford a DNF or anything like that with those guys at the front. So maximizing.
I'm sorry, I was going to say, yeah, he is. He got a little squiggly coming out of turn 13 there.
Scavney on Bones. Closing quickly, but not close enough. Puff his pit as well, I believe. No, he hasn't.
So Goofy's gone on to the mediums.
Had a yellow flag here. What happened? Is someone coming out of the pit spin?
Not that I can see.
No. Puff under pressure from Jinnit here. They're wheel to wheel. Puff just letting that go. Jinnit on probably better tires at this stage. Doesn't really want to fight that. So all these guys pit. Adri and RC are now close to one another. Adri, Bones, everybody's sort of separated now with the pit stops. Now let's get back to the front. We got all the top 4 also very close. Who's going to jump first? Undercut could be on here for one of these guys. I guess they're not going to end up in clear air though. That's the problem. Like they're still going to end up in the middle of the field. Packer has pit. So Packer's pit. Fusion stays out.
Yeah, we're getting to that point in time right now, where these soft drivers are going to pit.
Well, Maverick
so
and...
go ahead.
Sorry, Maverick and Packer are on the same team, so they kind of need to coordinate the pit strategy here. The other guys can kind of just worry about themselves. You know, the Maverick and Packer are within a second of each other. They need to make sure that they're pitting at separate times, right? Mm-hmm. So one guy had to go first.
Now, depending on how well you preserve your tires, you can get to 16 laps. You know, you might be at 60%, 50-something percent. But if you do that, you can go the rest of the way on the mediums, most likely. So it'd be interesting to see how many guys are going to try to get to that, you know, 14, 15, 16 lap point before they come in.
I would say Bones maybe. There's nothing to lose really. He's just reserving, so maybe gives it a shot.
I mean, think about it. We haven't had even a VSC yet. Mm-hmm. So we may not have a caution at all.
Yellow flag, I was just seeing that. Is that Maverick that spun? That's Packer?
No, Maverick got a speeding ticket. Speeding ticket. No, it is RC. RC is all discombobulated here. Coming through turn 11, approaching lap 12, turn 12. Oh, and he went around again.
Gibbons making some moves here. He's trying to get by Seye, and he got by Rockstar. Still behind Seye for the moment. Bones gained a fair amount on Goofy through the pit stops. I'm not really sure what happened there. Looks like Seye and Goofy just touched there. A bit of contact. Hopefully no damage. So Puff. Yeah, Puff looks like he's going to extend. I think he should really. He's not really under too much pressure other than from Fuzz, as his teammate Joshua has a fair bit off. And Jinnit ahead. Not that far ahead on the medium. So Puff can kind of just coast, and if he's got the grip, he can extend a little bit. Maybe let Fuzz through and just kind of use the DRS to follow. I think it'll be a good show.
There's a Scavany pit. I'm curious as to what their strategy is here. These soft drivers that came in lap 13, 14 to get onto the mediums.
Absolutely. I think Puff's aiming for the he's aiming for the one stop here.
Yeah. We have our first hard tire driver. That's Fusion's in 8th.
Interesting. Keep an eye on his pace. Some action going on here. Joshua under pressure from Rex, who's just pit, and Maverick, who's just pit. So Packer's already ahead of these guys. Packer coming up to the back of Puff now. But really, the guys race Puff and Fuzz. Puff, I think, is kind of in the best spot at the moment. Well, I guess Fuzz and Jinnit really, because they're ahead of Puff and they're going to go on to the softs.
Yeah, they're going to go another. They're probably going to go another 7-8 laps.
Yeah.
And there
Puff's
comes
heading
Puff into the pits.
Yeah. So 20 laps on the mediums, that should be doable. Good shout there. See if that pays off. Fusions has picked up a penalty. Not great when you're on the hards.
Geez, to this point, I don't know if anybody's had to pit for wing damage, even. Other than maybe on the first lap, there were a couple drivers at the tail end that went into the pit, so I didn't follow them in there. But other than that, it's been very, very clean.
A lot of close racing too. Gibbons stuck behind Seye. Now Seye, I'm curious to see what kind of strategy he's on, because He's gone 3-lap-old softs. That's pretty interesting for this period of the race.
Now, he's a reserve, Tier 1 reserve, so he keeps the points he scores, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, no! Puff went around. I don't think he got damage.
Looks okay. Yeah, looks like he's got all his pieces still. 6th gear, though. That's not really great.
Oh, that's, yeah, unfortunate.
Sure is. Puff fans in shambles in the chat.
Ferrari fans.
Oh, Goofy spun. What's happened here? I was on board with him, but I looked away for a moment, and suddenly you seen him on the grass. Rex is putting some pressure on Fuzz up at the front.
Yeah, Fuzz would, I imagine, like to stay close enough to Packer for a lap or two to get some DRS to pull him along a little bit. He's probably going to pit in another... boy, he's probably got to go another 10 laps. 8 laps. Yeah, Rex is all over him. Yeah, Fuzz, you're not going to fight that. There you go. Fuzz just recognizes not his fight right now.
Yeah, I would just try to pick up the toe and follow.
Yep. Oh, wow. Rex got a little loose, a little oversteer coming out of turn 1. Saved it.
Jinnit had a moment there, I think, as well with Packer. I don't know if it was contact or maybe just trying to keep him behind. He had a bit of an issue, but Jinnit's lost a little bit of ground here, so Fuzz is right on Jinnit now.
So this is our closest battle here with 2, 3, and 4. P2, 3, and 4. These guys are the closest to each other.
Yeah, it's the pit stop sort of spread everybody out a little bit. We don't really have as many close fights as we had before the pits.
Yeah, however, they're all still within the same sector, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, Jinnit tried to make his car really wide.
There's a Jinnit fan in the background there, waving the Union Jack. Still cheering his man on. Despite him losing ground. Maverick's had a moment. Maverick's gone around. So something's gone wrong with Maverick there. Not sure if he made an error or was contacting another car.
I wonder, well, the 4-lap-old mediums, they would have gotten up to temperature at this point, so I doubt it was because of the tire, cold tires.
Now, this will be interesting. We got Fusions on hards and Seye on softs. Fusion's pretty quick, but on a very poor tire.
Yeah, that's a great pickup there because 4-lap-old hards. He's in P6 right now. He's got the P3, 4, and 5 are on 18-lap-old mediums, so they have to pit.
You see what he's done there? He's switched around so he can get the DRS here. He probably knows that Seye is not going to the end on these softs anyway, so there's no point in wasting your time fighting him. Pick up this slipstream and try to follow, right? Get the DRS.
Yep.
He's actually trying to stay behind.
Yep.
You see him lift him.
I think you want to, if you're going to pass, you want to pass at the second DRS here if you can.
Yeah.
Because then you can really hold them off until the front straight again.
Yeah, I don't think he's going for a move. I think he's just trying to get a little cheeky extra pace here.
Yeah, again, in his mind, he's got to be thinking, I'm going to the end of this race, and if these guys here, say he's on 7-lap-old softs,
there's no way.
He's pitting. I don't need to worry about him, and I don't know if he knows that the 3 guys in front of Seye have yet to pit, but he'd be happy to hear that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean that's P3. It looks like for Fusions, based on the strategy there. So I think he'd be happy with that. He was hoping he just wouldn't DNF tonight, so far so good. If he picks up a podium, I'm sure he'd be thrilled with that. Got Rockstar here on the old mediums, trying to hang on to Scabby. He's just losing touch now. Buzz finally pits. 20 laps on the medium, so we know that's doable for Puff.
Yeah, and I think 16 lap fresh softs, 16 laps on fresh softs is doable for pretty much anybody.
Did Puff maybe have damage? It looks like he has pit again.
Yeah, he's pit. He's on 1 lap old mediums. I didn't see what happened to him.
Because he's way behind now. RC's well off, and he's behind RC.
Yeah, so those are 2 guys right now that are hoping for a safety car.
Yeah. I mean, if there's a safety car now, Puff would be in pretty good shape. It looks like we have another spin. What was it this time? Is it Maverick again?
I'm not seeing it.
It was a blue dot. Say goes by. Joshua, sort of expected at this stage, you think, with the soft and mediums both. The mediums more worn than the softs, but Rockstar's got the 21 lap old mediums. He's still out there. Jenna has pit. Joshua stayed out still.
So, Fusions, I've been keeping an eye on Fusions, his gap.
Puff has lost it again.
Damn.
He's having a rough night.
Fusions on the hards has been able to maintain the gap to Scavney behind him. And again, he has 2 drivers in front of him, immediately in front of him, that will have to pit again. If he can maintain that, if he can keep Scavney back, he's looking at a podium.
Packers just picked up a penalty.
Ooh. That's got to hurt. Rex is not going to fall that far behind him. He's got 1 lap fresher tires.
He's in DRS range as well. He's closing fairly quick, but he's not going to get a shot here.
Rockstar's boxing. So 21 lap old. So Rockstar must have been one of the guys that I saw pit within the first lap or so, because he's on 22 lap old. No, actually he's probably not pit yet. I can pull that up.
Yeah, Rockstar I don't think has pit.
Stops. Oh, Rockstar. Yeah, this is his first stop.
So Jinnit carrying a lot of penalties, trying to get by Fuzz right now. They are racing for position, but obviously Jinnit with the penalties. Fuzz probably doesn't need to fight too hard. I think he can hang on to Jinnit and get those places back, but I'm sure he doesn't want to let him through regardless. So Rex now is going to have a good shot into turn 3.
So unfortunately for Fusions, he does have 6 seconds in penalty, so he's going to need to try to pull a gap or hope that somebody behind him gets a penalty, because that 6 seconds is going to be hard to overcome.
So Say's gone to the mediums now for his final stint. Interesting decision there, because I feel like a fresh set of sauce would have been a better choice.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a bit odd.
Well, you know, a lot of times the game kind of makes the decision for you. I can speak for that from first-hand experience. So it's not always the driver that makes a mistake. It's sometimes the game that kind of messes with you and messes your strategy up. So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like he intended a 2-stop regardless. I just don't know.
Yeah, that's
definitely wouldn't have been the way from here. I mean, maybe he didn't have any good softs left, but he did only have had a lap or 2 on him at worst.
That's true. You gotta, yeah. I don't know what he did in quali. He might have used up what he had in softs, so he was limited to just the 1 or maybe 2 sets. Oh, there we go, Janet. Janet says, I'm tired of this shit, GP.
Yeah, Janet's on, he's hounding Goofy here, and he's got Fuzz with just in tow as well. Janet going for it down the inside, wheel to wheel, and Goofy smartly not fighting that. It's not really worth it.
No,
especially
Janet's on a mission.
With the penalties situation, Goofy can just hang on and get these places back, so
yeah, with the number of laps left, and where he is now, Janet can easily get up to, he can start pressuring Josh in maybe 5-6 laps.
He's not far off from that. Puff is retired in the pit. No, he's crashed. That's a safety car. That changes everything. Joshua hasn't even pit yet. Oh, it's brilliant for Joshua.
Goodness.
Again.
Wow.
He may come out in front of Seye on a fresh set of tires here.
Awful for Puff, but yeah, Mr. Joshua, I was just going to say, he's yet to pit, so Janet was looking really good there, but yeah, that changes everything. And it was.
I think
it was
he's gonna. With Seye, I mean, everybody should pit that is ahead, I would think here. Seye stays out. He's on the Delta. It looks like Joshua probably loses to him here. He's very close. They are like side by side.
So this hurts.
Can Joshua
Packer
get to the end of the pit lane quick enough? Oh no, not quite. So he's tucked behind Seye, but he's on softs. Oh, big time it hurts Packer. Anyone with penalties, really, it hurts.
So he and Rex, they both stayed out, but they got 12 and 11 lap old tires respectively.
Now, you're Janet or Fuzz. You could have pit and probably kept your place. That probably would have been a good idea just to get the fresh tires, right? Packer and Rex did not pit. They're going to be under serious pressure. Like the softs, fresh set of softs makes a monstrous difference here. Okay.
Oh. Packer pit. Oh, he kind of gave. Was it Maverick in front of him? He gave him a little kiss.
Yeah, I don't think. I think the guys behind are not going to get these two. I think these two will stay in front. Unless they're told to go catch the safety car now. In which case they're going full speed, which it looks like they might be. Janet's going full tilt here. He might get these guys. I don't know.
This
it's going to
could
be tight.
Be interesting. Yeah, I don't think he does. I don't think he gets some Packers back out.
They haven't crossed the line yet. Janet can get them. Did Janet get ahead? I think he got Rex.
Rex was at P3 for me.
It says Janet's P2. I think.
Oh, now it does. Yeah,
he's gone by both. What did happen?
Wow.
Are these lap cars here?
Again, it dropped him down to P3 for me.
Okay.
Oh, and what the heck?
Are we having that glitch where they have to keep overtaking each other, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but he's going back and forth. Or at least
because when the white line ended for the pit lane, I think he was just slightly ahead of Rex. I think he actually snuck himself into P2 because the safety car's waiting there. At some point, it tells you to go to the safety car, right? Like, if he beats him there, then he gets the spot. Savvy move from Janet there. It was pretty clever of him to get up there.
So for Janet, I mean, he's got 4 lap old softs. He's got to nurse those now. Just be very careful with them and try to save every bit of grip that he can. Try to gain more laps out of them. But with the laps beginning to wind down, it looks like we're going at least one more.
Yeah, one more. I think the whole field will be there. You know what's unfortunate? Puff needed a safety car, and he
created it.
He created it.
Oh man. Well,
kind of funny.
Digital. This sip is for you.
Yeah, I've refilled my beverage in honor of Puff.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna take this opportunity and go get a slight refill. You don't get refills with whiskey on a Monday night.
No, you don't. The wine you can get away with a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, uncork it. ASMR fans are in heaven right now. No, we might actually go another lap because RC's way behind at the moment.
Which Janet probably wants to see, for sure. Him and Fuzz.
Yep. CA is probably going to get picked off pretty hard here, I think, with the medium tires.
I think they're going around again.
He would have been better off pitting, I think.
I'm sorry, who?
CA?
CA?
Yeah. Medium tires in fifth. I think he would have lost a spot or two, and he probably... Oh, it's in this lap. That's very sudden.
Oh, wow.
RC is caught up, though, so... A bit of a timing glitch, it looks like, but yeah, that was very sudden.
RC just passed Packer.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think maybe they unlapped. Does it have unlapping now?
Apparently.
Look at this.
CA is into P1.
How on earth did he do that? Did he just time his jump? He must have known that if he hit the gas there, that he'd have gotten in the lead because all the other cars hadn't gone yet. And he was far enough back that he probably got away with it. They're past the safety car line, right?
Yep.
Oh, wow, what a restart.
Well, enjoy it while it lasts, AA, because you got a lot of really fast guys on fresh tires behind you.
Yeah, he's going to be under pressure hard here.
Actually, very impressive though, because he's moved his way up the entire race. He started pretty far back. I think he might have started just outside the top 10.
You know, he doesn't have penalties. If he can keep these guys behind him for a bit, he might be okay. It's squirrely there though. He's under threat.
I was just going to say, 4-lap-old mediums aren't that bad, but when you got somebody like Packer behind you, it's just...
Packer with no DRS, down the inside. He doesn't want to let him go. He's going to the inside. Oh, he's got... See? Yeah, you were right, GP. That's what happens. He called that. Packer wasn't going to let him get that place back. Say would have been wise to back out of it. I think he just left enough space. I think he was just being a bit optimistic there.
Yeah, I think Packer right now is thinking about his 3-second time penalty, and that's why he went for that move right then and there. He's just like, I can't waste any time.
Yeah. Especially with Rex stuck behind Jinnit at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not going to... I don't think it's going to be very easy to buy Jinnit.
No. It is under pressure pretty heavily here, though.
The wily Brit. However, he's very smart. He might not give too much of a fight and just try to hold on to P3.
Yeah, he's carrying a lot of penalties too, which isn't going to help him. Not much he could do there, in all honesty.
No. He would be a dickwad and try to fucking... Excuse my language. You can try to... You could be a real jerk and try to block, which...
Did you forget we were running a broadcast here? You just chatting like we're watching... We're just like having beer league on a Friday watching guys race or something.
Well, no, in all honesty, I was thinking about it today. It's like, you know what? I like hanging out with Big and watching races.
Yeah.
So that's basically my mindset, I guess.
Yeah.
And sometimes...
We're just hanging out. You're not really thinking... Is it raining? I thought I saw a bit of shine on the track, but maybe just a visual thing.
Yeah, I didn't see anything.
No, I didn't either. The track just looked a little wet in that one spot.
It may have gotten a little darker. And just as I say that, I'm riding on board with Rex and the sun blinding coming out of turn 12. So yeah, so Rex with no penalties, he knows what he's got to do. He's got 5 laps to just stay on Packer's tail, stay within 3 seconds, and he's got this win.
He doesn't need to do anything desperate, just kind of hang on to it. Even if Jinnit gets ahead again, it's not a really big deal. Jinnit carrying a lot of penalties as well.
So Fuzz back in 5th on 10-lap-old softs is now trying to fend off Mr. Joshua on 5 lap hold softs. That's going to be a tough task, I think. Josh is very, like we've talked about many times, just very consistent. He's not going to go try to do something foolish. He's just going to pressure Fuzz, and then he's going to take that spot.
So did they implement safety car overtaking for flat cars? Because RC's still going and he passed everybody.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's very surprising. I didn't expect that. Usually it's done. Oh no.
He's gone into the pits and called it.
Well, at least it's in the pits. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, usually they'll let the cars by, except if it's for Max Verstappen at the end of the season.
Oh, don't bring that up. Don't bring that up. We're in a new season now.
Yeah, it's got to be the lap before at the latest. So yeah, I don't know what happened. I mean, obviously he didn't get penalized in any way. He was able to move along.
It's odd. CA is just getting picked off here. Obviously, yeah, I guess he had that spin though. There's Fusions in Fuzz wheel to wheel. Adri's out. Has he crashed? He has. Adri's crashed on track. That could be another safety car.
Turn 11.
I don't want to see a safety car this close to the end. Let's just call it a night.
I think that they'll probably clean that up before. Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, so Jennett holding on to a podium position by 2.5 seconds.
Bro.
With 2.5 laps left to go. However,
he's got the penalty.
Oh, you're right. Yep.
It's a fair amount of them as well. I think 6 seconds or maybe more.
I'll check.
We got a nice scrap going on with Fusions, Fuzz, and Bones here. 3 drivers going wheel to wheel. Let's bring up the penalties. Just to make sure everybody knows where we're at here. Jinnit with 9 seconds. Might not even get points at this rate.
Yeah, that's tough. And quite honestly, it's not easy to get that many seconds and penalties here.
Well, it is if you're cutting corners.
Well, yeah, I know. You know, when you come from Italy, we'll say, you know, it's very easy to just try to stay on, just try to run a lap and still get warnings, and then next thing you know, you got a penalty. That doesn't really happen over here. But yeah, unfortunate for Jennett.
I'd imagine it's mainly track extensions. Yep.
Rex just got a 3-second penalty, so Packer is now bringing him.
Game on. Rex can't just sit there anymore.
So Goofy has no penalties either. He's 2.5, less than 2.5 seconds behind Jennett. So he's definitely he's podium position right now.
Goofy just turned the wick up. You can see him closing quickly. Just saw what happened ahead of him.
Yeah.
Final lap now. Does Goofy have enough in the tank to sneak into the podiums? Well, I mean, he'll get a podium for sure, but can he get ahead of the other guys?
He's just outside of getting P2 right now. Yeah. Trying to do math right now, and it's not easy. The time keeps changing, so.
Yeah. Bones and Fuzz on for some good points here too, with the lack of penalties. Well, that final lap happened quick. We're almost nearly finished it. Such a fast lap around here. And it looks like Packer's going to hang on for the win. Rex should be okay for P2. It's damn close. But I think Rex got P2, and then Goofy will take P3. Fuzz is out. Oh no, he's lost it in the final turn.
Oh my.
Wow. Oh, like right in the last
sucks.
sector of the last lap. Unbelievable. Packer wins it. Rex second. Jinnit brings it home in third. He's going to get jumped by a bunch of guys. Goofy Gibbon third. Joshua takes fourth. There we go. What did we say?
There's our boy. Yeah, we were talking about him. Yep. Keeps out of trouble. I don't think he had any penalties.
No. Jumped up to fourth place.
I'm sorry. He did have... I think he did have 3 seconds.
He had 3, okay. Yeah, so... Not bad, though. P4 for Joshua.
Yeah, I'm sure he's very happy with that, given where he started.
Alright, who do we have? Packer, Gibbon, and Rex, right?
Rex.
Alright.
Damn, I told myself I was going to take notes. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna start with P3. I prefer to start with I prefer to end with the winner.
Okay. Well, let's get them in, and it's 9:19. So let's try to give like everybody about 2 minutes apiece, and then I think that's we'll get it done. So get done just before 9:30 would be perfect.
1 or 2 questions, and that's it. Got it. I've kind of been pressed into this interview stuff, so just kind of trying to feel my way through.
You don't sound so excited. All right.
Well, nobody's given me any rude comments in the Discord, so I guess I've been fair.
Hang on a second. I need to get the race results here.
Oh, Goofy left.
Okay.
So if it just said Goofy left the session, does that mean he left completely?
No, I can still get him in for.
All right.
For interviews.
It would be Josh. If he was not available and Josh was still around, Josh would be
Goofy,
P4.
Packer, and Rex. I still, for some reason, don't have Rex on my friends list, and every single week we have to invite him. So, I'm going to throw them in. They should be on their way now. And what I'm going to do is go add Rex.
Rex joined.
Friends. Yeah, I'm going to go add him to my friends list so that I don't have to keep doing this every week.
So the finishing order was Packer, Rex, and Goofy. Correct?
Packer, Rex, Goofy, yep.
Okay. I'll wait for Packer, but I'll start with Goofy once Packer gets in here. And there he is. All right, gentlemen, great race, guys. No rain. That's a good thing. So I'm going to start with Goofy. Goofy, can you 2-part question. Your race strategy, and then describe how the race went for you, given what you were expecting it to be.
Goofy there?
Goofy? He did check in.
I don't hear Goofy.
Nope. All right.
Maybe he's muted?
I don't know, Goofy. We'll give you another 30 seconds or so.
Goofy Gibbon. All right, I would.
Right.
Yeah, just go to the next guy.
All right.
Come back.
All right. So, Rex. Rex. Same question. So, tell us what your race strategy, what you expected to do,
hear me now?
and then. Oh, there we go.
Sorry about
Sorry, Rex.
All right, back to Goofy.
Cord got disconnected. I had to switch the input. I heard your question though.
Damn it, Goofy! Don't put so much pressure on me. All right, yeah, go ahead.
Don't worry, I'm still here to guide things.
Hey,
Okay.
right, so you heard the question,
strategy. Right? Well, qualifying screwed up my strategy pretty big time. Qualifying like 9th or whatever. So I decided not to go on the hard tire and just try to stretch the mediums as long as I could. Then pretty much just got bailed out by the safety car because I was stuck behind so many people I couldn't really show any pace today. But it worked out in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Finishing on the podium. Great
case.
job. So, yeah, the race didn't quite go the way you did, but maybe give us some of your highlights or something that happened during the race that really made you feel like, all right, I needed this. This is good. Your
well,
big break.
basically, I think I reset after I spun mid-race. At that point, I slipped out of the top 10. I was like, at this point, all you got to do is go as fast as possible the rest of the race in order to do anything. So I think I locked in at that point and then picked off a few guys in the safety car restart that kind of just made a mistake and I slipped by.
All right, awesome. Well, congratulations again. Yep. So Rex, great job. Let's see. So qualifying did you qualify like third or fourth?
Second.
Okay, sorry.
How dare you forget?
Notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Sorry about that. All right, so basically same questions. Describe what you expected, what you were trying to accomplish, other than obviously trying to get pole position for the start of the race, but what the goal was there, and then what that meant, and what you were going to try to do during the race, and how that actually ended up playing out for you.
Yeah, well, I would say it was pretty fine the first couple laps until the first stint, and then when I got on the mediums, felt like I had a little bit more pace, and then safety car came out, and then it felt like RC was just holding me back coming out of the pit lane, so that kind of allowed me to get behind Janet. So that's kind of what I'm a little bit frustrated about, but it's whatever.
So yeah, you obviously that didn't work out the way you wanted to. However, did you feel good about your tire situation, and given the safety car, a lot of guys that we saw did come in, but a lot of guys didn't. So, and forgive me, I don't remember if you did or didn't, but you did not. Okay.
I did.
Oh, all right, you did.
That's when I got stuck behind RC when he was coming out of the pit lane.
Oh, that may be why RC went by. Maybe just wanted to get out of everyone's way.
Right.
Yeah, coming out of the pit lane, it just felt like he was just intentionally holding me back.
You guys had missed the pit on the when the safety car first was deployed. You'd missed the pit, but you still had a big enough gap to go through and switch the tires, which you pretty much had to. You would have got picked apart by the soft guys.
Yeah. And again, it was just I had to get past Janet. I had got a warning from that. And then lap 35, I got another one, which was my mistake. But it's a little frustrated with it, but it's what it is.
Yeah, you're on the podium, second place, P2.
Yeah. You're still gaining on Goofy.
Yep. And so that takes us to Packer, the winner. 2 weeks in a row, I believe, right, Packer?
Yeah.
Congratulations, great race. It was almost never in doubt for you. You were always pretty much on top of things, whether it be the safety car or you qualified first. Everything kind of went your way. So, what point in the race were you thinking, like, oh my God, I think I might have messed up, or this is not what I need? Was there a point in time where you were concerned?
Well, after I got the penalty, the 3-second penalty. That kind of messed things up because my race pace was good, but Rex was still fast enough to stick with me on the medians and even catch me, even though I was pushing quite hard just to try and keep him out of DRS. I think he was running quite a bit lower wings than I was, but I don't know what he was running, but I was on 8:10 in the race. So, yeah, I remember from last season as well that his straight line speed was quite good. And I was running lower wings than I was today, last season. So, yeah, that was the only bad thing, I guess, about the race. The safety car came out. I kind of stressed because I thought I might not make it out in front of the safety car and then we'd be screwed. Not being able to pit for fresh set of softs. And then also RC went kind of slow into the pit lane. And we almost got, well, Rex did, but we almost got jumped by Janet as well. So those are the only 3 things really. But yeah, anything besides that, it was kind of chill.
Yeah, on my stream I saw you coming into the pits, and it was close to you getting into the back of the...
I think I hit him, but I didn't get any damage from it. So
yeah, so yeah, it's awfully tough. You're in a hurry, and but so hey, congratulations, guys! Great job, Packer. Congratulations, 2 weeks in a row. I hope that the standings get straightened out because yeah, I agree with you. I don't understand how you would go from 30 points back to 35 points back when you won the race the night before, but it sounds like the wheels are in motion.
Yeah,
get that kind of straightened out. Yeah, so unless Bigga, if you have any questions for these guys.
No, I'm all good. I'm ready to wrap things up. Great job, guys. Obviously, it was a really entertaining race for us. It's been the case for most of the season. That's the nice thing about having everybody sorted by pace and get this nice balance in every tier. And yeah, really great racing tonight. Some delicious overtakes in battles. And yeah, great job, guys. So later this week we got Tier 2 Wednesday night. Thursday night we got Tier 3. We'll get those broadcasts for you on the YouTube channel. And that's it for Round 9, Season 7, Tier 1. I'm Arbiga. Thanks again to GP Colin for being here. Running a nice strong 9 for 9 streak so far, and hopefully we can carry that on next week. You know where we're going next week? Does anyone know?
China, I believe.
China? Oh, wow. They don't even race there in real life anymore. So, that ought to be fun. But yeah, I enjoy China. I know a lot of people hate it, but I think it's a pretty fun track, personally. So, one of my very few wins in ZOR came there, so it's hard to hate on. But yeah, thanks GP for running the interviews, and tune in Wednesday night, 8 p.m. You can catch Tier 2 going live, and we will see you next week for China. Have a great night.